This has been an ABC-7 Eyewitness News special report.
Good evening, everyone, or good morning, actually. We have breaking news, this out of downtown Manhattan. A plane has allegedly crashed into the World Trade Center. You're looking at live pictures right now from News Chopper 7. A plane has crashed into the side of the World Trade Center. Details at this hour, very sketchy. At 8:51, that is the time right now, just a few moments ago, allegedly a plane has crashed into the World Trade Center. We don't have any reports of what type of plane, what perhaps the carrier was, how many injuries are there right now. Police and fire units are being dispatched to the scene as we speak. Again, very little known. We are taking live pictures. You're looking at it before fire and police personnel have even arrived at the scene. The smoke, as you can see, billowing over Manhattan. The World Trade Center, of course, the scene of a bombing several years back, of course, that made news. And when this first came up, folks thought that might have been what happened. But again, we're being told right now that a plane has crashed into the side of the World Trade Center. Again, these are only sketchy details. We'll just stay with pictures. News Chopper 7, I believe John Del Giorno is in the air. John, if you can hear me, what do you see up there? Okay, so John's not with us at this moment, but what we can see is smoke billowing out of all three sides. It looks like the left side of your picture right there is perhaps, we are only speculating now, as no facts have come in, that perhaps that is where the plane may have struck the building. Again, smoke pouring from one of the twin towers of the World Trade Center. Right now, fire personnel, we're being told, arriving on the scene as we speak. This happened about 8:48 a.m. is when news first came of it. Associated Press is reporting very little more than that. We do have an eyewitness who was joining us on the phone. Sir or ma'am, just say your name and tell us what you saw there.
Are you speaking to me?
Yes, ma'am.
My name is Libby Clark, and I am on the 33rd floor of Mercer Street, and we felt the plane fly right over us, and then I thought it looked like it was going to go right in the World Trade Center, and then it was going to veer off, but it slammed directly into it.
Libby, did it look like a large or a small plane? Was it a passenger plane or perhaps a large jet?
I believe it's a passenger plane. It was relatively large. I mean, it wasn't the size of a jet.
Okay.
But it was not a small plane.
Right, it wasn't a small, like perhaps
like
5 or 6
seater. No, it was a large, and it was so loud right over our head.
Let's go to, we've got another eyewitness on the phone. Is it Winston Campbell?
It's Winston
Mitchell. Winston, are you with us?
Yes, I am.
Winston, you're a photographer?
Yeah, I work for Transit News.
Okay, can you tell us what you saw, Winston?
Yeah, I'm sitting in the car, and I heard this plane overhead, and then all of a sudden I thought it sounded kind of louder, then I looked up, and all of a sudden it smashed right dead into the center of the World Trade Center. Big flash of flame. Fire coming out from all over. Then all the bricks is a huge hole right now. It almost looks like the plane probably went through. I'm not sure.
Winston, can you see? Are you on the north side there where the plane made contact?
Yes, I am.
Now, when you say a huge hole, one of our earlier witnesses, Libby Clark, said not much of the plane came down off the building. Much of it went
totally
right
into the building.
It's in the building, from what you can see.
Right.
Now, can you see if there's a lot of debris downstairs, Winston?
No, because it looks like it's inverted. With the impact, everything went inside the building.
Inside.
The only thing that came out was a little bit of the outside awning. But I'd say the hole is, let me just get a better look right now.
Okay, go ahead. We'll wait.
I'd say the hole takes about...
Just a moment, we got an explosion inside.
The building's exploding right now. You got people running up the street.
Okay.
Hold on, I'll tell you what's going on.
Okay, just put Winston on pause there for just a moment.
Okay, the whole building just exploded some more. The whole top part.
Okay.
The building's still intact. People are running up the street. Am I still connected?
Winston, this would support probably what Libby and you both said, that perhaps the fuselage was in the building. That would cause a second explosion such as that.
Well, that's what just happened then.
That certainly...
Yeah, people are running up.
World Trade Center 1, and it's not was. I am here, and I'm stuck right now.
Now, are you above, Jim, or below?
I have no idea. I have no idea where the plane hit. It's my understanding that it's a plane.
Jim, there are two planes. One went into one tower, one went into the other tower. What do you see around you? I mean, are you in smoke? Are you in fire? I mean,
the first thing that I want to make clear is that I'm stuck on the 86th floor. A fire door has trapped us. Debris has fallen around us, and part of the core of the building is blown out.
How many people are with you, Jim?
I'm with one other person, and I'm told that people are aware of this. I'm on the 86th floor on the east side of the building facing the East River.
And what time
did you get... If I'm on the air, I want to tell anybody that has a family member that may be in the building that the situation is under control for the moment, and the danger has not increased. So please, all family members, take it easy.
Jim, one of our producers, too, if you'd call NYPD and let them know exactly where Jim and that other person is stranded, 86th floor.
86th floor on the east side of the building facing the river.
Okay, thank you, Jim.
There are two of us here.
Okay, Jim, we'll try to try to make sure that we can alert everybody, and also it's good that you did mention that families should, to some extent, to have some calm right now. What time did you get to work?
I got to work around 8 o'clock this morning, and I think this happened around 8:45.
It did. Describe what you felt.
I felt just the whole building. I heard a noise, felt the whole building shake, and saw glass blown out. The glass on my floor was blown out from the inside of the building out, rather than the exterior windows being blown out.
And what
glass fully shattered, and just the core of the building, the interior core of part of the building collapsed. Hello?
We just want to pass it. Jim, hang right there with 1 second. For folks that are in New York City, all bridges and tunnels in and out of the city have now been closed by the NYPD. I'm sure security measures to be taken if perhaps there are folks that are still in the city that are suspects.
The fire stairs are blocking our exit. I don't know where the stairs are, but I couldn't get to it, and I would want to pass the debris on my own without it. Patricia and I, the elevators are blown out. There's a shaftway in between.
In the meantime, let's go back to Jim Dolan as we talk about what's just happened. Jim?
Nina Pineda standing by at Broadway and Chambers, I believe. Nina?
Steve, and we were just moved back about 3 blocks. We were right near the World Trade Center when police in riot gear practically started pushing the crowd back and screaming there was going to be another explosion. They were having reports that there was another plane in the air. It was truly a scene of chaos and panic as they tried to move the crowd back. People have been crying in the streets. There are no phone services down here. People cannot use their cell phones. They can't use their walkie-talkies. There's lines about 20 people long trying to use the telephone to reach loved ones. Some people are trying to reach loved ones that worked in the World Trade. But right now we have people crouching behind cars, police trying desperately to move the crowd back. They move the crowd back.
Perhaps something else has happened. The billow of smoke that we have not seen. The tower is down completely, according to our producer. The side of the tower has come down onto the street. The way that the smoke is billowing here, though, that is blocks and blocks. So if they even had them back just a couple of blocks.
And just to point out,
looking from Staten Island right now.
And they were back a good distance. They were back a good distance from that in case this kind of thing happened down. And they again had people a good distance away from this.
Jim, the building collapsed, I've just been told.
It has collapsed. Let's go now to Peter Jennings and the network to listen to the very latest.
It's not there anymore.
That should be it. And we do not know, we should reemphasize, we do not know why the second tower collapsed, whether it was, as the expert was talking to you and Steve and Jim were, whether because the core of the building was damaged or whether because of some other kind of detonating device. We just do not know.
As far as we know, there is nothing left of the south tower of the World Trade Center. There were reports elevators weren't working. Obviously no way to get out of the building aside from the stairway. You can see the smoke all over this area. And to give you some idea where I am, I'm approximately, 20, 30 blocks from where this latest explosion just happened, the West Side Highway, southbound has been filled with emergency vehicles. It's shut off